Be careful of women who don't have a lot of friends. Let me explain why. First of all, they peep energy quick. She done walked into rooms and felt the tension before a word was even said. Second of all, she don't entertain drama. If it ain't peace or purpose, she don't want it around her at all. Third of all, she done got betrayed by the one she loved the most. Now she moving with caution. Fourth of all, she's selective, not lonely. Her alone time feel better than fake company. Fifth of all, she don't need no crowd to feel validated. And that scares people away who rely on attention to feel important. Sixth of all, she not easy to be fooled. She done study real versus fake through experience, and she ain't doubling back. Seventh of all, her peace is sacred. If she let you in her life, you gotta understand she felt you spiritually first. Eighth of all, she learned the hard way. Not everybody who claps for you is happy for you. Ninth of all, she got depth. Small talk and shallow energy just drain her. She crave real connections or nothing. And 10th of all, she don't move off of desperation, she move off of discernment. And people tend to take this as standoffish. Just because she don't got a lot of friends don't mean she antisocial. She just finally at peace. And she ain't finna just let you come in and ruin her peace. Come correct or don't come at all. I love y'all. Have a blessed day.
What if I told you that the most important relationship that you will ever have is the relationship that you have with yourself? Yes, in this video, I'm going to be doing commentary on a few TikTokers who's talking about the importance of enjoying your time alone. And I want you to stick around because after that, I'm going to share 5 powerful ways to not just be alone and not lonely, but not just be alone, but to also thrive in your own company so that you can glow from the inside out. So before we get started, I want to introduce myself. I am TT Rosie, your local auntie, and this is Glow Up Girly, where we help you heal, glow, and grow. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
I like to be alone sometimes because I choose to be alone sometimes. I like to talk to myself and ask myself what I want from life.
One of the most dangerous type of women in the world is a woman that is not afraid to be alone. There are so many women that are in relationships simply because they're afraid to be alone. They put up with so much mess they know they don't deserve, but they don't want to be alone. Imagine meeting a woman that don't care. Imagine meeting a woman that literally loves her solitude. She loves her house. She loves the life she's built. She loves being alone. You're an extra in her life. She likes you. She could possibly even love you, but you're not worth her peace. You're not worth anything that she has built for herself. She loves what she has built for herself. Imagine messing up with a woman like that. She would literally tell you toodaloo in 2 seconds. Like, there's no games. There's probably wouldn't even give you a chance to explain. She's just gone. Like, you're just blocked. Like, she just vanished. Like, the rapture came and you like, what happened? Like, gone. And probably wouldn't even give you a chance to explain. She doesn't care. Like, okay, back single. That's fine. But there are so many women that can't take that. And they will literally... They want to close your conversation. They want you to sit there and explain. They want you to answer questions like, so do you love her? Why? He already did what he did. Doesn't matter if he loved her. He disrespected you. So now you gonna stay? Okay, well, it ain't me, so.
You feel it's necessary to be alone to cultivate self-love? Can you do it within a relationship?
I was celibate for 4 years before I met my husband. And what I feel like is when a person is like so serious about their healing, distractions cannot come because you become so consumed with what your purpose is. Now, my purpose is healing and evolving. My calling was to sit down, sit still, and by myself. And then that solitude is where a lot of my healing took place and prepared me for my husband. However, when I meet my husband, my healing becomes expedited. So I will never say that you shouldn't be in a relationship if you are healing, because people show you the parts of yourself that you'll never be able to see when you're by yourself. However, if you don't have the capacity and the tools to be shown the truth of who you are, you don't have no business being in a relationship.
Message. All right, so those are some really good videos, and I can definitely relate to a lot of what they were saying. I know they were really quick, but even though they were quick, the message was very powerful. I do believe that it's okay to be alone, and just because you're alone, that does not mean that you are lonely. So I'll just speak from my own personal standpoint. Um, I was single and celibate for about 8 years. It might have been a little more than that, but I know at least around about 8-ish years. And during that time, I really enjoyed it. When I first came into my being alone, being single, being celibate phase, at first I didn't want that because I had a relationship that ended, and of course a lot of us don't necessarily want our relationships to end, but sometimes it's for your best, for your own good. So when I was single, there was so many benefits. Yeah, of course, sometimes you may miss the warmth of having someone else in your life, but just the peace of mind. That's the main number one thing that I truly enjoyed about being single. And it's not even just about being single. Sometimes even if you're in a relationship, just enjoying your time alone sometimes, just being able to just have yourself and your thoughts. A lot of times I like to just sit in my room in the dark. Sometimes I'll be on my phone. Sometimes I'll have on some music. I like to play lo-fi hip hop on YouTube, or I like to play like a little rain before I go to sleep. I just like to have some type of time to have just myself and my mind, and that's it. And my daughter's the same way. She be in her room doing her thing. I be in my room doing my thing some of the time. But just because you like to spend time alone, that does not make you lonely. So I just want to briefly just go over, just 5 tips on how to thrive alone in your own company. Okay. So tip number one is you want to romanticize your daily routine, right? So treat your life like a movie. Get up, make your coffee. Well, me, I have my protein shake routine. I really don't like protein shakes, but I put instant coffee in them, and that's my thing. I like to get up in the morning. I keep water on the side of my bed, so first I'll get up, drink me some water, and I'll go downstairs and I'll prepare my coffee, and that's my little routine. I like to put it in a cute little cup, and it's not much, but it's just something that I like to do alone for myself. I'll put on a little music on my TV and let that play while I'm getting myself ready. And I turn those small moments into like little, I don't like to use the word ritual, but for the lack of a better word for the moment, but I like to take those little small things and make them special for me. So, and I feel luxurious, just doing my own little things by myself. Even when I get dressed, I like to go in my closet, like after I get my protein shake ready, and look through my closet, and I got my little mirror on the wall, and it's the whole thing. But that's one thing that I enjoy to do alone by myself in the morning when I'm getting ready. Number two, pursue hobbies that light you up, that you enjoy. Do something that's specifically just for you. I think sometimes when we are in relationships, especially when we're in relationships for a long time, we tend to cling to, maybe what our partner like, but we need to still be individuals, right? So, find something that you like, maybe painting, gardening, dancing, learning. You might want to go and take some classes. And now, like line dancing is very popular now. And there's a lot of places that have line dance classes where you can go and you can learn how to throw your fans up. So, just little things like that, just to get to know you. Especially, I really, really think it's important to do this if you have been in a long term relationship, because over time things change, dating changes a lot, and you just having that time to organize your thoughts, put things in your mental Rolodex, and go through your mental Rolodex and figure some things out. And it's not easy to do that when you jump from one relationship to the next. So, and I do want to say really quickly before I go on to number three that, spending time alone, it doesn't always have to be about being alone from a romantic relationship. Maybe you had a friendship with someone or some people that you had to end. Or, maybe you have children and your children went off to college or they grew up and they moved out and they got their own place. But just either way, especially when you have like a huge change in your life, it's just good to just, have that time to yourself to reflect and decide what you want to do going forward. All right, so yeah, so just pursue those hobbies, maybe travel, do things to build your excitement, your self-confidence, and make you feel good about you. Number three, get comfortable with the silence. When I tell you I've lived by myself for a long time, for many years, well, for the 8 years that I've been celibate, I had a child. But before I had her, like, just, when I was like in my 20s, I spent a lot of time living alone. When I turned 18, I moved out on my own and I was living by myself for a long time. I thought like, yeah, when I turn 18, it's gonna be lit. I'm about to be kicking up, gonna be having parties up and da 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 da. No, I moved by myself and I was by myself, but it was fine. It was fine because I got to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I got to walk around the house looking how I want to look. I have my peace of mind. No one was stressing me out. Well, besides my bills, getting used to paying bills as an adult. But I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, but get comfortable with the silence instead of filling every moment with noise and distractions, and just have a woosah. Just, you hear that? Quiet. Just enjoy it. It's okay. You need time to get your thoughts together. Maybe go for a walk without your phone. Yes, it's okay to walk without your phone. We used to do it back in the day in the 80s and 90s. So you can walk without your phone. It's fine. Get yourself a journal. I keep journals all over the place. I just looked down because I knew one was going to be nearby here. But, get yourself a journal and write down your thoughts. Maybe have a diary. Turn your journal into a diary. Maybe write some poetry. Maybe write your thoughts down about your day, about anything that's on your mind and on your heart. But take some time to sit with yourself, because this allows you to fearlessly enjoy your own mind and without the clouds of all these other distractions around you. So, number four, create a self-care sanctuary. So, one thing that I did when I became single is that I redid my bathroom. I went in because it was just kind of plain, and then it was no longer a his and hers bathroom anymore. So I went in there, I decorated, I put up some cute wallpaper, I put my makeup out, I put my body sprays out, I made both sinks for myself. I just basically, I put panels on the wall like this, but I put them in my bathroom. I just I made myself a sanctuary and I really enjoy it. And every time I go in the bathroom, it feels good. I have my little section that I do my makeup. I have my little section that, I brush my teeth and do my skincare routine. And I enjoy it. That's it. And I put my music on. Sometimes I have my phone in there, or I'll put music or something soothing on my TV, and I close my door and I just enjoy that time by myself. So I also have like a wax melt, little thing you put the little wax melts in, or maybe you might have like a diffuser for essential oils, but you just want to make your environment just nice, calming, soothing, and just something for you to be able to relax, enjoy yourself. And just tell me in the comments, do you have your own sanctuary at home? Like, do you have your bathroom set up, or your bedroom, or maybe a den or an office or a she shed, or your attic, your basement, what do you call it, like a woman cave or anything like that. Tell me in the comments, what is your self-care sanctuary? How do you have it set up? How long do you spend your time in there? If you don't have one, is that something interesting? Would you like to have one? So, but yeah, it should be an environment that supports you, right? So when you're alone, that's your time to recharge and let go of all the outside things, right? Lastly, you want to set some solo dates, right? Take yourself out. When I tell you, like, I literally do not mind going to the movies by myself. I go to bingo by myself. I won at bingo once by myself. And bingo is kind of fun, but I just use the little computer, and I have like my little snacks, and I have my tablet set up, because like with the computer, it'll automatically go off if you win. And I don't mind going to bingo by myself. I've definitely been to the movies by myself. I don't mind going out to eat by myself, taking a walk by myself. I have a daughter, but she be in school. She got her own social life. We hang out, but a lot of times I like to just, fly solo. It's okay to even go on a solo trip, but make sure that you are being safe. Do as much as you can to be safe. But it's okay to give yourself like a weekend getaway. Just go somewhere. You can either take like a drive, maybe like to the next town, or fly. Really travel abroad. But take yourself out, enjoy yourself, especially these days. A lot of those girls trips be going left. So sometimes you might just enjoy your time better being by yourself. When I was in my 20s, I wouldn't suggest this these days, but I used to go to the club by myself, not to try to meet anybody, but I just wanted to just get out. I remember I was supposed to go out with my friend, and she changed her mind at the last minute, and I was already dressed. Well, I was getting dressed when she changed her mind. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to still go anyways. And see, I'm cool. Like, I'm sometimes an introvert, but sometimes I can be a social butterfly. And at that time, I used to drink. So, I feel like a little, liquid courage. And so I met some girls when I went out this one night, and they were so cool. Like, we met in the bathroom, and we were hanging out. And you know how girls is, we kick it in the bathroom. So after that, I hung out with them all night, and we hung out after we left the club. So, and they turned out to be like really cool. So even when you're by yourself, sometimes you can meet some pretty cool people, but just be careful, be safe, watch your surroundings always. But yeah, treat yourself the way that you would want a partner to treat you. I saw a young lady's video. I'm really sorry, this just crossed my mind. But so I don't know what her name is, but I saw a video of this young lady. She was taking herself out on solo dates, and she had like a little jar, and I think it was like a date jar, and she would go in that jar and pull out dates, and whatever was on the little pieces of paper, that's where she would go and treat herself. And I thought that was a really great idea. I'm sorry I can't credit her, because it was just like, how you just be scrolling and looking at videos, but I thought that was really nice. I thought it was a good idea. So yeah, I don't want to be too long, but basically the bottom line is, it is okay to be by yourself at times. You don't have to be by yourself all day, every single day. That's not what I'm saying. But my point is, just take some time to enjoy you. Enjoy your star player. You are the only you that you have. So take care of you and enjoy you. And love you, love on you the way that you want someone else to. So when someone else does come in the picture, you already know how you want to be treated, and you're going to teach them to treat you accordingly, right? So if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much for joining. If you're not subscribed already, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button. I really want this channel to grow, and I want us to heal, glow, and grow together. So once again, this is your local auntie, TT Rosie, and this is Glow Up Girly. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Mwah.